Well, I mean, that's... I think that was release patch, which would have been... Well, was that the last patch out? I think so.
It
the last
may have been
major
that
patch.
or the one after. In any case, it's been at least a couple of months.
At least 3 months.
Let's get it started. Kyto versus Gaiia on Ruin.
Interesting play to, like, leave up that Mega. He has trapped him a little bit in the corner there. Still leaving up the
Kyto is just
Mega.
controlling this ion cannon. Really smart play. Basically got everything he needs on this side of the map. He's got a yellow waiting for him back there. Still denying this ion cannon. Wow, 30 seconds into the game and he just can't get too crazy with it and give up too many yellows. He actually skips the yellow and goes straight for the red with only 4 HP.
Yeah, he got so lucky there with that rocket jump out of the Mega position. That all happened because Gaiia hit a really nice rocket down by the ion cannon.
Overall, pretty janky way to deny 2 of the armors. Nice directive followed up there from Kyto a second ago, but he is very low HP. He can't stay to contest that red. He does survive, though. Still's got a decent stack of yellow armor to keep fighting here.
He is in a bit of a spot here because of that Mega. Like, just giving up that red would have been fine, but he's got no armor and no health now. So, first frag of the game does go to Gaiia.
Beautiful bolt. Gaiia is trying to jump in to contest this red. Jumps into 3 direct rockets in a row, eats the 4th, and Kyto, I think he deserved that spawn. That was so unfortunate. Gaiia actually managed to have enough health to actually survive all of those rockets in a row, and still end up picking up the frag as well. Kyto missing that direct, jumping up as Gaiia very well timed through the teleporter.
Crazy grenade.
A scrappy fight.
By Gaiia in that previous engagement near the teleporter. He did miss the one coming out the teleporter near red though. That might be because of the grenade doesn't go as far as it usually does.
Yeah, really limited grenade spam here from both players, and Kyto's running low on rockets. This could get dangerous if Gaiia decides to push in. Does leave it alone, but now not a lot of time to contest this yellow. Kyto picks up the frag, and he's going to get the red as well. That's the control swing that he needed.
Getting really aggressive here with these rockets. Fantastic job. And that's going to put him in a pretty decent position here. Going to deny that.
Kyto actually fully aware of this this control pattern now of these armors. He doesn't have a ton of time to go from the yellow to the red, but puts Gaiia in a pretty bad spot there with that bolt hit. Yeah, plenty of time for control the center of the map here.
Gaiia does hit some really nice bolts there though, and that's going to even things up a little bit. Like, Kyto did a great job to deny all the armors, but on the following even yellow, like, Gaiia just hit massive bolts. Yeah, it's drops onto the LG. Very close fight.
Kyto with a beautiful ion cannon, bolt rifle, grenade, wombo combo. Plenty of damage, keeps himself at a nice stack level. He can't manage to get all the way to the other end to control that last yellow armor. It's keeping Gaiia in a position to at least try to take a fight on this next red, but it's going to be pretty dangerous for him to stick around too long. Kyto's going to contest it, misses the bolt, and it gives Gaiia just enough chance to jump up in there and steal that red armor, and Kyto's actually barely alive at this point. Does eat the bolt and die.
He got pretty unlucky there with his grenades. He hit 2 for about 10, I think, and 13 damage, or 11 and 13. Like, if he had decent connections with those grenades, it would have been like a completely different fight. But unfortunately, that isn't how the cookie crumbled in that instance. And Gaiia picks up another frag.
Very close game here. Only 1 down for Gaiia. He's in a good place to bring it back now. Going to contest this mega health red armor combo. Kyto skirting away, very low on armor now. Gaiia misses that bolt. Could have been the finisher. Back to a nice split control state here. Good read there from Kyto, jumping up for that ion cannon damage.
Hey, Kyto salvaged this situation quite well.
It's the name of Kyto's game, just pulling crazy plays out of nothing.
Although unfortunately he doesn't do quite enough damage to finish off Gaiia. He's gotten away with a little bit of life twice now in a row, and like, it would have been really good for Kyto to just do that tiny bit more LG and finish him off. He does grab the red completely uncontested though, so move over to his position for a moment.
It's funny, this is the one map that actually does have a bolt rifle ammo box and a nice accessible bolt, but really, I think the ion cannon's been the shining star. Of course, right as I say that, it's ripped a nice bolt, but tons of damage so far this game with the ion cannon. Almost 1,000 for each player.
Crazy rockets in the previous fight from Gaiia. Like, he was actually lower on stack, but somehow managed to win the fight. Does unfortunately get railed straight after, and now we're back into this one frag deficit position for Kyto, but this is a lot closer than I anticipated.
Oh yeah, and it's been going on now for 6 minutes. It's not even a scrappy thing. It's been scrappy the entire game. Kyto's been managing to control that red armor pretty well. He's just got to connect enough rockets to do damage and finally finish his frag. Guy is still able to escape.
Yes, so many times now.
Read the play through the teleporter.
Gaia's got away on like 10 health or so. Fantastic bolt from Kyto though. That's going to be a good frag here with the shotgun. And for the first time in a long time, Kyto is back in the lead.
In the lead and actually in control as well. Gets pushed up right to the Mega. He's stuck on this platform, but he's got plenty of stack to take the fight. Gaiia doing a good job just not dying. Pretty impressive. 14 HP. He's not in a great place to try to contest this upper yellow armor. He's going to do it anyway. Looking for that bolt. I think he thinks Kyto's weaker than he actually is, but
yeah,
does end up losing that frag.
Dropping to that red was like, really risky. And that Mega's up, not up there. He hasn't got much to work with.
Kyto is squeezing together the times on these arms. Not entirely sure why he's trying to do that, but he's only got a few seconds now to try to take a fight on Gaiia before that next yellow armor is up.
I think that was to split the armors up a little bit more, and also like just try and do damage when those Guy didn't really have much to work with over there. Like, he had a yellow, I think, at that point. He now has a couple of yellows though, and the stack difference is actually back in Gaia's favour. Now red's certainly going to help, but going up that jump pad into the LG is not a good choice here. Kyto has to be pretty tentative here, I think. Can't be throwing away too much damage.
With how much the clock's in favor of Kyto right now, I think he's totally fine just to like play this slow, sneaky game around the sides here and let Gaiia keep guessing on where he's going next. I think Kyto's main focus right now is controlling his red armor. Everything else is kind of a secondary objective. When he doesn't need to try to force these frags, he can just control the strong side of the map.
Yeah, it seems to be working at the moment. It's just 2 frag is not a lead that is that meaningful in reflex.
Yeah, not safe at all.
Like, one engagement that doesn't go his way and a lucky spawn frag, and then Gaia's back on even Stevens. So a little bit early for this red. We're seeing a lot of timing mistakes here from a lot of players in this cup, but it does get it.
I'm actually surprised. That was the one red armor that Gaiia really could have tried to make a push and control, but playing it safe and unfortunately a little bit too safe as Kyto pushes straight in, stealing the yellow armor and the mega health. That's the first time in a long time that Kyto's gotten that side yellow armor. That was kind of the one thing keeping Gaiia really safely in this game in terms of stack, and now it's going to be a tough fight on this red armor. Trying to force him off with the rockets, unfortunately not enough, and Kyto now in full control of the map.
I want to say that was the kind of frag that's won him this game. It might be a little bit premature, there's a minute left, but like taking that frag there and getting the mega after it has been very strong, and Guy is now definitely the one that needs to make the plays. It needs to be a bit more aggressive, and well, that's a GG. Like,
that's it. Yeah, that was the frag that did it. Good game there from Kyto, clutching it out on that red armor, and unfortunately, just the wrong time that Gaiia picked to be aggressive in a few different cases, and Kyto really just making the most of the right opportunity. Picking up game one, still anyone's game though. I think next is Pocket Infinity, and we just saw how well Gaiia played on it. I think this could be a totally different story on the next map.
Yeah, that's well, wait, hang on, wasn't Pocket Infinity the map he lost versus the other guy?
Versus Luff.
Yeah, it
Gaiia
was,
did-
because the
oh,
Luff
it
did the
was.
teleport thing at the end, so...
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
yeah.
totally right. I think he still played well though. I think that was
Yeah,
really.
I'm not...
I think he just got unlucky a few times.
I'm not necessarily calling him out, but, you know, if he just lost a game to the guy that he beats... I mean, Luff seemed like a good player, but he ain't Kyto. So...
L's an L.
Yeah. We'll see. Bit of Finnish going on in the chat.
Someone please translate.
Are we memeing in chat? Are you guys having a nice little meme up there? It's cute.
In terms of aiming, it seems, or it's not aiming necessarily, but just the weapon management and the ammo management in general, it seems like Kyto is relatively unfazed by this rule set. Maybe that's just a factor of, you know, that he's been playing so much on it in the past couple of days, but really not as big of a shock to him, it seems, compared to some of the other players today.
I can't say I've seen him run out of ammo as obviously as the other player. Jesus Christ. As the other players.
Grenade knocking him into the lava there.
Yeah. That's not a good way to start the game.
Gaiia trapped, trying to go for that bolt rifle. Nice escape there. Kyto committing a little bit too far to the one side that Gaiia decided not to go to, but still trapped without much armor, and Kyto's going to pick up the first frag and that second red armor.
It quite did well to get to that the red area as fast as Gaiia did, and it ended up paying off. There was a moment where they both kind of bumped into each other mid-air and no rockets were fired, which could have been huge if someone was a little bit more reactive with their aim, but not a hugely impactful fight. It's kind of fairly even still. I have to see if Gaiia can... the red was up for a little bit there. He could have potentially got it before Kyto, but wasn't aware of the timing on it, unfortunately. Great route.
Yeah.
Can he... Oh, he misses a rocket jump and he gets LG pinned. Kyto might pay really badly for that.
Oh, he took a little bit more damage than I think he wanted to. He put himself in a really good position there in terms of when that yellow armor was spawning. He had the red armor, was trying to take the fight in the middle room just to step back and pick up that lower yellow armor. Took a little bit more damage on that fight, like I said, than I think he wanted to. But now, with a huge rush, he actually managed to control the top yellow as well. I think that's the play that he wanted the past couple of minutes, and now it's pretty solid control here from Kyto.
Yeah, I mean, he nearly paid for it, but... and that's the same thing we saw before, where he went for the rocket jump, missed it, and then went for another one, and that's where he took all the damage. Because if you try to rocket jump up to someone and you miss, and they're going to aim an LG out there, like... You've taken away any... you can't, yeah. There's no essence of surprise anymore. You're just going to eat a lot of damage, so... But you see it all the time.
Yeah, Gaiia did a good job forcing Kyto off of that upper yellow as well, taking that back. Takes the fight on the lower yellow, so Kyto does manage to pick that up, but this red is spawning soon. Gaiia is actually in a great position to steal this now. Kyto can't even rocket jump to try to steal it. He's just got to not die.
Yeah, he was going for the bolt. I think he thought that Gaiia was raidable then, but he wasn't quite, had a little bit of armor, and Gaia's now looking probably the best position he's been on this map so far.
Still not being aggressive at all, though. Kyto, pretty staple play from him, controlling the middle of the map and putting out a lot of aggression, whereas Gaiia is really trying to look for these opportune plays, and Kyto's doing his best not to give it to him.
Oh.
Huge direct.
Yeah.
Red armor.
Might have been better to actually hold out that LG quite a bit longer as he had the better stack.
Gaiia missing a lot of that LG. He could have actually finished off that frag sooner, but does manage to take out Kyto. Eats a bolt right before he can pick up that yellow armor. Very unfortunate. Now, Kyto may actually have bought himself just enough time to try to steal this red. Nope, eats a bolt just beforehand. And the shotgun to finish the frag, but actually gets the spawn on the red armor anyway. What a wacky world of reflex.
Some great damage though, by Gaiia. Like, Kyto to get the red, but he didn't really have any weapons to do anything with it, so he just took a lot of damage and isn't really in a good situation here.
This next red is probably going to be a big one here. Players in a good position to try to contest it, and Kyto's actually playing this one even more passively now. He's going to just give it up to Gaiia. This is definitely Gaia's chance to pull up a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, I don't necessarily blame Kyto for not going for that red, because like Gaia had the positioning, and it was fairly even stacked before the red. Oh, Kyto trapped here at the bolt. If you can like at least get one bolt off, it's not the end of the world, but he seems to be fluffing all of them. Oh, even that one. That's so unfortunate.
Trying to turn something out of nothing and couldn't quite do it. Gaia relentlessly pushing those hit scan weapons. Nice shotgunning there, and following it up with the strong LG on Kyto as he spawns on that lower yellow. Takes so much damage, he ends up going down anyway. And now it's a scrappy fight on the bottom. Kyto just managed to spawn on that upper yellow as well. Very fortunate for him. Able to take this fight now. Could actually pick up this frag, but it's a nice direct from Gaiia that ends up taking out Kyto and puts him in a nice position to take this next red.
Yeah, great rocket set from Gaiia. And Kyto is not going to contest that red.
Total swing of things here, up 4 frags for Gaiia. Still plenty of time though, literally halfway through, and Kyto is not going to go down without a fight here. Oh.
And he's been getting a bit unlucky with the aim as well, Kyto. Like, there's been a few situations where he's missed bolts that were... Like, if he had at least 1 or 2 bolts, he would have been in a much better position. But that's
yeah, even just there, like, missing all those rockets, one of them could have been a big game changer in that fight.
Like, even here, like, that fight, he should have hit so much more damage.
Super unfortunate spawn there for Kyto. It's exactly what Gaiia wants, just to try to give himself as much of a cushion here as possible, because once he loses this lead, or this control at least, right now, it's going to be a fight for him to get back into it.
Good sneaky bolt from Kyto.
It's a fight he's willing to take. Gaiia with 3 huge directs, the flicks, the mid-air rocket, mastery. It's out of control. I don't even know what to say about that play.
That was devastating. Kyto getting a little bit more aggressive now and hitting some fantastic shots once again. Looks like he was just had a momentary lapse in able to hit things. Back on form and... Sorry?
This game just stepped up to a whole different level. I think both players really just stepped it up in terms of movement speed and aiming. That was really a pretty crazy string of events there.
Kyto looking to deny his armor. Ooh, just about sidesteps that rocket.
That was a sexy dodge.
Yeah. Great defense with the red room. And a fantastic bolt as well. He is looking pretty good right now. If he can kind of catch out Gaiia in a bad position, he can start to pull some of these frags back. Yeah, this Gaiia isn't taking the bait of kind of getting into... Oh, he made him drop. Good rail though.
Wow. Yeah, I was a little surprised that Kyto just let that entire the split in those 2 yellow armors completely collapse there, but ended up getting the frag for it. And I guess that's really what he's after at the end of the day. Yeah,
I mean, Gaiia did a... Oh.
What?
Burst gun off spawn.
What?
Burst gun off spawn.
Oh my god, Gaiia just got the worst spawn of all time, but Kyto just barely missed the rocket, and Gaiia ends up getting the frag for it. That was... Oh, Kyto is going to be so angry about that.
Yeah, that could be the game changer. Like, well, game winner. Gaiia up 10-6.
If he wins by 1 frag, we'll know why.
Yeah, Gaia's back in control. Takes so much damage with this LG in the pit, though, in the lava. Oh, dear. He's going to be running with his tail behind his legs. Misses the LG pin. Goes for another one. Misses that as well. Does a little bit of damage, but isn't enough.
Insane.
Back and forth frags here from both players.
Kyto was like pouring one out for the homies there, jumping in the lava for a little sympathy damage, but pretty insane rocket there from Gaiia to finish that play off, and nice huge prediction direct rocket there from Kyto. Dealing a little bit of damage to Gaiia, but wasn't quite enough, and he's still down 5 frags. He's got this red armor, nice dodge there on the rocket. If he can survive this play, it's gonna be pretty big.
He keeps missing these bolts, which are completely crucial. And Gaiia with... If he can get a yellow now, he'll be pretty set for the rest of the game. Does take a lot of damage, but just about with 5 health remaining. Gets away from that fight.
Super unfortunate. If there was any game-deciding play, that may have been it. Just the random scrappy fights, Kyto's just losing a few too many of them. And this is looking more and more like it's in favor of Gaiia.
Yeah, there is a minute left, but it is starting to get... Yeah, scrappier and scrappier by the minute.
Yeah, I think Kyto's couldn't quite recover from that ridiculous spawn kill play thing, whatever you call that. Looks like they're checked out of this one. 7 frags up for Gaiia, 1 minute left. This one's going to Gaiia, if I had to be a betting man, and I think we're going to game 3.
I think we are. It's second game through the day so far. You don't often...
As predicted.
Yeah. You often just get stomps after stomps, but some really good games in this cup.
Well, Kyto Gaiia never fails to disappoint. Just so much speed and precision from both of these players. It's like, how do you out-aim that which is out-aimable? So this was essentially a 5 or 6 frag game, but was more like a 1 or 2 frag game for 80% of it. So
yeah, it kind of fell apart at the end, which Kyto got the raw end of the stick.
It got so scrappy. I mean, that's really the biggest element of RNG that's possible in this game, is when you start getting low stack scrappy fights, then that's when those spawn frags really start to make an impact on the overall score, and then it all goes downhill from there. Plus, it's just frustrating when almost dead and he's almost dead, you don't get the frag, then you get spawn fragged, or then you just back and forth.
So I think
but anyway,
it's Furnace. Yeah, it is, yeah.
The ultimate decider.
I don't know how to give it on this. Like, yeah. I wouldn't say Furnace is necessarily a map that Kyto would be as good on as some of the other maps. I wouldn't say it's his strongest map, in other words, but at the same time...
I would say the opposite.
Oh, do you really?
Kyto's strongest options. Just because, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Against Gaiia, it's a different story, but he just got such a good sense of positioning, and the strength of the center of this map really creates opportunities for pretty crazy plays. And I think that Kyto's one of those players that has the game sense to be able to pick up on a lot of that. But against Gaiia, you know, one good rocket could change all of that, so you never know.
Yeah, it's very much a rocket-heavy fight map, and Guy has been hitting some ridiculous...
That burst gun is ridiculous!
That burst gun is a
little bit
strong.
Shoots like a machine gun.
It's a little bit strong, isn't it?
It's a little strong. Wow. Gaiia actually ended up eating that direct rocket because he had so much stack from that yellow armor. Kyto does finish off the frag, but super unfortunate. That's the same scrappy stuff we were just talking about, how Kyto, from the last fight, just barely enough health to stay alive and actually loses the fight, but he's keeping himself back in it pretty well. He's going to be able to get that mega health, most likely.
Jesus.
Oh, Gaiia, you're such a sneaky bastard.
That was just rude. Why would he do that?
Banking on Kyto, waiting to hear the mega sound.
Yeah.
Pushes forward anyway, and Gaia's there waiting. Just enough read on the amount of health that Kyto had to be able to take that fight. Some next level reflex.
Yeah, it was pretty special. Kyto's very low here, though. Somehow he's managing to just duck and dive away from these fights with the teleporters. Nice rocket.
Yeah, really smart play, reading on the, you know, making sure that Gaiia can predict his push for those health packs, but unfortunately still gets caught. He's getting caught on these weird angles where Gaiia hits a rocket or a rail and it's just doing too much damage.
He did waste a lot of time there, which meant that the yellows are back up, but unfortunately for him, Guy's just gone ahead and gotten both of them. So again, there's very little resources on the map here for Kyto.
Yeah, Gaiia really not being aggressive at all. He's torn between this mega and the red, both spawning at the exact same time, and Kyto's content with the yellow. He's going to try to contest the mega, can't get there in time. Fortunately, couldn't get a good land on that rocket coming through the teleporter there on Gaiia. And he's also pretty low on rockets. There we go.
I mean, Kyto's doing a pretty decent job here of just not being present, because with this kind of massive advantage that Gaia's got here, he could just lose like 5-6 frags, but he's only 2 down.
Yeah, Gaiia was hunting for that frag so heavily, he just gave up the red armor.
Yeah.
Kyto's got no more stack now, but just gave up so many resources, a red and a mega, and Kyto is still alive here.
Nice rockets from Kyto.
Two huge directs in a row. He does. Gaiia steals that red armor. Does finish off the frag, but he's going to be pretty low. He's only got 6 HP, and there's not a lot of health resources up on the map right now. Kyto might be able to take advantage of this.
Yeah, that was incredible play from Kyto. Like, he did lose it, but Gaiia got by the skin of his teeth.
But did he lose it? Did he? Now it's Kyto up on the advantage. Oh, and a huge flick direct mid-air rocket onto Gaiia. Kyto reasserting himself, going to try to push in on this red armor. Gaiia is keeping himself alive with just an ion cannon and actually kills himself in the pit trying to rocket jump out. Super unfortunate there.
Yeah. That pit is like, he tends to need to rocket jump. Oh, that didn't.
Wow.
These rockets.
Relentless. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Gaiia responding with some nice damage, but really only does a number to Kyto's stack, and if he can survive here just long enough, he'll have this red armor and be good to go.
And you can see the difference here when, like, Kyto was down, and he was playing very sneakily, didn't take any fights, and allowed himself to kind of get back into his position. Now Gaia's, like, the guy is down in stack. I mean, not right now, but he has been in past 3 engagements, and it's allowed Kyto to get the upper hand on him. Just pick one up now, though, so possibly that's going to turn around once again.
Yeah, again, Kyto just such a strong game sense type player, just very opportunistic when he knows he can push, and he really tries to take as much advantage as possible to get these frags. Only 2 up. He really needs to extend this lead here in the next few minutes, but the control has still been so shaky between these players.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth. It just seems like Kyto's played it a little bit more cleverly when he has been out of control. Like right now, like Gaiia, for all intents and purposes, should get this frag. He's got so much more stack, but he just can't catch him.
Yeah, I think Gaiia ultimately winning that fight does make Kyto back off and lose the red armor. He does manage to pick up both yellows though, so still, you know, almost control stack or split stack here. Gaiia with a pretty big advantage from that mega health now, but Kyto doesn't care. He's challenging anyway. Nice rockets there. Couldn't find a good strong connection, but definitely scaring off Gaiia a little bit.
Pretty even stacks. Let's see what the 2 players are going to do. Bit of an LG fight.
It's a really weird play there from Gaiia. Like,
I think
going so hard to deny that yellow that he actually gave up the red.
Yeah. Again, he won the fight, but it's so close. Like 11 health. You can't bank on that happening every time. And I mean, if you win game because of that, it's great. But at the same time, you're not kind of dominating by any means.
I think with 2 players at this level, there's no such thing as real domination at any point.
You can get somewhat like games where some player just really outplays the other one, but like in these cases, it seems like Kyto's making some great plays and they're just not quite working.
Yeah, they can't go full Super Saiyan all the time.
Yeah.
Kyto doing a really good job predicting Gaia's position here, making him really wary to peek some of these corners. It's
Ooh, both players have fight there with the rockets at the mega. I think Kyto's going to probably be able to... Oh no, looks like Gaiia has timed it perfectly. Drops down for it on the rotation.
Yeah, really not much you can say about this play for the last couple of minutes. Just both players just playing the map really, really closely and deliberately, I guess. You know, Furnace is just such unique geometry in the way that teleporters work that you really you just have to respect the way the map flows. Otherwise, you're gonna get completely destroyed in terms of control pretty quickly.
Yeah, Gaiia could have like lost out a little bit more at that last red if Kyto had been in position to do some damage on it, but fortunately for him, even though he was there a little bit early, he wasn't contested at all. Oh, they meet.
Interesting play there from Kyto, like gave up that yellow armor, that side yellow as bait.
Yeah.
Made Gaiia take the time to go get that yellow armor and then went and took the red for himself. Like little things like that. I'm pretty sure he did that intentionally. I want to hope, but pretty crazy mind games going on between these 2 players.
Hey, Kyto's hanging on to this frag lead by the skin of his teeth, but
it's true. That red is still up. I think he forgot to go for it though, unless I don't know why he didn't go for that red.
looks like guys can be waiting around for this mega by the looks of things. Does go for rotation round. Oh no, he doesn't quite get back in time. Kyto just sneaks in there. And Kyto with slightly more stack here. If he can cement this next red, he's been in a good position, but an amazing rocket here. He does get the red. Can he get out without taking too much damage? He does seem to be able to. And now Kyto is kind of not fully in control of this map, but looking pretty sturdy. Ooh.
Yeah, Gaiia is going to have to start thinking pretty soon here about stepping up his aggression just a little bit for the sake of survival as a second frag comes through for Kyto. Huge trap down on the bottom and a huge flick prediction rocket and a third off the spawn. Oh my god, and Kyto and Gaiia just GG's. Oh, that was way too much. Gaia's just getting the swing of things, and then all it takes is just a second of slipping up and getting an unfortunate spawn. And
he
so
he was taking a big risk taking that red, I think, and it didn't work out for him, obviously. Once